Okay, hello everybody, Dadas here, and it's time to do the summary of the day. What happened today? Oh, the usual. When I came and I opened my computer and looked at the charts were already going down. However, they were respecting the resistance, right? The average that I have here, the moving average that I have here. So basically, the trend was down, and basically, my first thought was, okay, I should wait and see what is gonna happen. But then I switched over here and I decided, okay, so the price is going down and it's like systematically going down and respecting every pullback as resistance. So I figured out that on another pullback about the same distance as these other pullbacks, more or less, I would go short. So I went short, and obviously at the same time I had this idea. I was even streaming it live and I even said it to myself out loud, to anybody who was listening. I said, well, Dadas has just made a short position, so the price is gonna turn around on him. And, and I was absolutely correct. The price exactly turned around on me. Yeah, you see, I moved the stop loss to this level, ready to accept it, but when I saw what was going on, because at a certain moment the price started moving systematically up and gaining on the momentum, and it was about 10 minutes to the news. So it's the first Friday of the month. So that's when the United States published their important news, right? About NFP usually, and that's when the price likes to move usually, right? So when I saw the price starting to gain momentum, I right so that was right there, yeah. I just jumped out of this short. I said, okay, yeah. So I gotta make this, make up for this loss, and I got in at 10 lots, right? So now you may ask, why did I close this trade so quickly? Well, just because I wanted, first of all, like I say, my first goal is always to make up for the loss, right? So here I made up for the loss with some profit, because 10 times is like 29 pips almost, and the loss was like 18 pips almost. So yeah, so that's a profit. Uh, I don't like to wait until the exact time of the news, because we don't know what to expect. The price could have just jumped like it did, or it could have went the other way. There could be, like, hidden gaps where the liquidity drops and the broker can't close our positions. So so anything could happen here. And that's why I closed this at profit just before the news hour. What happened later, you can see the price jumped up and then moved back down. All of this happened at pretty big volatility, because we see at the M15 was is pretty big, right? Pretty wide. So it means there's a lot of Renko candles, Renko bars in that M15, right? Yeah. So basically, that's where I didn't do anything, and I didn't do anything for most of the day until, of course, I looked at M15 and the M15 chart. I was figuring out, when I saw the situation already here, I was trying to figure out the right level of support, of resistance. I was clicking like this. Well, this one is not. Well, pretty good, but yeah, but I found a better one. I found one right there, like this. So yeah, so this is a kind of a nice level of resistance. And then yeah, I switched over here. Of course, I mean, I didn't actually leave those lines over there. I deleted those lines. And so basically, while it was live, these lines weren't there, right? I just saw this situation here, and I decided to find the 50% line of, so the zero line of this candle. I clicked there, right? Okay, I clicked there, and I moved the stop loss to a little bit better position, so over there, right? Okay, let it, is it gonna move, or do I have to refresh it? I have to refresh it? No. What's wrong? The take profit line should be lower. I guess it doesn't want to refresh it. Let's try again. Like this. Maybe I did it like this. Oh, this line doesn't want to move. It should move. I don't know why. Anyway, if you look at my picture, my image, this take profit line should be right there. I don't know why it's not moving at this moment. I might have to check later what's going on. Anyways, I took this trade, and the I could have waited a little bit because I took this trade on while it was the price was moving up, but I could have waited for some retests, right, of some retest and defense of the zero line, and I could have got in right there, not necessarily at a better price, but yeah, that would be more sensible. And then what happened? Well, the price started going down, and then it stopped, right? It stopped. We had a chat, a voice chat on yeah, during this action, and yeah, so I was waiting. When the price started moving a bit lower, I trailed myself right here, and then I trailed a little bit to this moment, and then again the price was just, playing around at this level, and all of a sudden it just dropped. And practically, before I saw it, I heard it in my headphones that my expert moved the stop loss right there, and it got taken out almost immediately. So yeah, I made this trade. And that's it. That's all I've done. Well, as you can see, these these trades didn't make a lot of profit. I mean, not a lot of profit like in terms of cash, but they were all successful. Well, except yeah, altogether they were profitable. I have to say that I did, for a moment, I was thinking of getting in here at bigger lots, bigger volumes, right? But in the last moment, I decided no, I don't want to mess up anything, so let's just go light, and that's it. And I went light. Now, another thing that one thing that I kind of didn't do, because maybe I could have avoided this trade or not. Well, basically, I shouldn't have gone short at this level, right? Basically, this is almost the bottom, so that means that I went short. If we go back to the M15, that means that I went short practically on this candle right here, on this one, this green one. So that means that I basically and I went short somewhere low here. So basically, it means also that I didn't look at the M15, but I looked at, or perhaps I looked at the M15. I don't know. Well, something was wrong here that I didn't. That I decided that they would rather still go down and not turn around. But another thing I could have done that I didn't do is that I could have switched to the H4, right? And then from the level of H4, I could have looked for potential resistance. Sorry, potential support level, and we could see that around right here is a good candle. This one, this momentum candle. That's where a nice support level starts to be visible, right? So at this moment we have this nice support level. Let's see what happens if I do this. We have this little nice support level, and then we can check this support level. Oh, it's showing right there, right? So it's showing right there. So anyways, if I measure the distance from here to the support level, it's still about 20 or 20 plus a little bit pips. So for me that's enough. It's far enough to take my pips. So basically we could say that well, I didn't actually make a big mistake with this trade, and I got out of it at about a good level. I could have just put my stop loss right there a bit tighter. So that's about the same. That's about the stop loss level where I got out of it. So basically, everything is okay. Everything is correct. And now we can see what happened later, that this support level was actually respected right there, and then it was respected by the price, by the market again right here at this point. So yeah, so it is also a good idea that we sometimes look at a higher time frame like the H4 and try to find some major supports and major resistances, so that yeah, we can base our trading off of that. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So basically the whole week is pretty good. Maybe the profit is not so big, but the success rate is very good. So yeah, and generally it's profit, not loss. So yeah, so now let's have a nice weekend. So like, subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Join my Discord server. The link to the Discord server is down there in the descriptions. And yeah, have a nice weekend, and then see you next weekend. Bye.